Welcome back, everybody. This is the weekend update. Little, little late, but we're here. I'm only 12 minutes late. What? It's 12 minutes, right? It's nothing. So, what has been going on? Why? Did I say weekend update? Weekly update. So, what's going on in the world? Obviously, we know that there's been a couple of crazy things here going on. Let's take a look. We're gonna we're gonna do this live. Let's do some live reactions here. Mm, I'm definitely prepared for this. If you think that I'm not, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Definitely prepared. So what's going on here? We have war in Ukraine. It's been a week, still happening. The vice president is going to Poland and Romania. Okay. U.S. weighs ban on Russian oil imports. So if you didn't know, for some reason, we are still importing. Let's do this. That's close enough. We're still importing about 500,000 barrels of oil a day from Russia. Even though we've done all these sanctions, that's still what we're doing. Um, that's why. Well, they say that's why your gas prices are going up, but they've been going up for the last, I don't know, year or so. But there's definitely nothing to see here. We must stand with Russia, China's version of war. That's interesting. So not Russia, China just recently said that they respect, sort of, um, any sovereign nation's right to exist, right? And obviously, they weren't talking about Taiwan, were they? Well, it's Russia just signed a new law. We're not going to go too far into that. Russia just signed a new law banning disinformation. Look at this. Russia's government moved Fridays to suppress free speech. Wow. Free speech and criticism of its invasion of Ukraine, passing a law punishing those who promote what authorities deem as fake news about the Russian military with 15 years in prison. Whoa. Wow. The parliament said literally by tomorrow, this law will force punishment and very tough punishment to those who lied and made statements which discredited our armed forces. Vyacheslav Volodin, chairman of Russia's state Duma legislative body, said in the statement quoted by Reuters. So basically, they're going full commie. Who would have thought that happened? Who would have thought that they would turn into communists? And in a response, CNN, Jesus. In a response, CNN said it would stop broadcasting in Russia. Nobody cares. CNN will stop broadcasting in Russia while we continue to evaluate the situation. And there's nothing there. And our next steps moving forward. They're not the only ones. The BBC, which is poorly named for a reason, said that their journalists won't be, journaling in Russia. The change of the criminal code, which seems designed to turn any independent reporter into a criminal purely by association, makes it impossible to continue any semblance of normal journalism inside the country. This is probably still see it. Oh, this is Bloomberg. Yeah, they're a good source. But this actually is like a really serious thing. U.S. not number one in world's strongest military rankings. No, okay. So this kind of clickbait, this bullshit right here, this clickbait that we're seeing. One, that's a fake ass plane. Two, I am seeing what's going on in the Ukraine with big bad Russia, and it's they're not as good as we thought they were. They're pretty fucking bad at this. Like they're I used to say when I was in the army, I say if we're the best trained military in the world, I'd hate to see other militaries because the US military has got some pretty fuckered up things going on. But holy shit, these guys, there's a 40-mile long convoy. It's 40 miles long. And this 40-mile long convoy is out of gas. Like they broke down. They don't have any gas. They don't have any food. I saw a report. I don't know how true this shit is, but I saw a report that said that they were eating rats and mice. And I was like, what? How bad is that? Like, I know when we invaded Iraq the first time, their military was, surrendering to journalists. Like they were trying to survive off of like oranges. I don't know where the fuck they got them in Iraq, but I was like, wow, they're surrendering to journalists. And this after we bombed like miles of tanks, which I mean, probably not the worst idea now. Still want to buy myself an AK-40. Well, I want to buy an AK-74M, but I don't know how that's going to go right now. I don't know how those prices are going to jump. I haven't really looked to see if Kalashnikovs are they banned here. I know they make Kalashnikovs here. There's Kalashnikov USA, which let's take a look. AK-74M. I'm reaching for nothing here. And if you're watching this if you're listening to this on what do I do this? My RSS feed, or you're one of the couple people that do this. There we go. Kalashnikov assault rifles. That listen to this on the podcast stream. There's actually somebody in where are they at? There's somebody in Brussels, somebody in Amsterdam, and there's a couple people outside of all this is outside of DC. Sorry, all this is Escape from Tarkov shit. I don't play that game. Should I play that game? I don't know. I do like shooters, but if I have to use my computer, I don't. There we go. Kalashnikov USA. There it is. I just can't spell Kalashnikov because all their fucking. They have the KR 103. I think that's the one I want. No, that's a classic. Hold on. Here we are. Looking at a Russian weapon site. The KR9, that's a 9mm. They have a bunch of shotguns for some reason. The Comrade. There it is. This is the one I want. So this is a pretty sweet ass weapon. Um, it's got a 12-inch barrel. That's funny. So if you don't know, I think in the US, it's anything under a 16-inch barrel is considered an SBR, depending on the SBR being a short barreled rifle, depending on like the stock. Like if it has a pistol stock or I mean, it's not really a stock. Like it's designed to like go over your forearm and like there's a strap, a Velcro strap to like strap it in. And basically, what people did was they designed these, and they said no, it's for disabled people. That's that's what it's for. It's for disabled people. It's a fucking shotgun. Oh my god, it is a 12 gauge. Look at the size of that magazine. Look at that. That is definitely not a 7.62 by 39. Comrade. You fire comrade. Oh, they have an SBR. Well, that's funny. KR9. They have a lot of shotguns. I guess it's this one. The KR 103. This is your classic AK setup. You've got all your crap here. I mean, they're select fire weapons. So they're semi-automatic, 30 round mag, 16.33-inch barrel. It weighs just over 7.5 pounds. Forged carry, chrome line button rifle barrel. Forged trunnion. Oh, it comes with a cleaning rod and a fixed stock. So this is basically an AK-74 without. Stop doing that. Without the modification, Jesus Christ, without the modification. So the way the barrel, the gas, I swear to God. Okay, let's get off of that. The way the gas system is crimped and stuff is like their newer kind of design. I mean, they're not the greatest rifles in the world. I just want one because I think they're kind of cool. It's a piece of history. That one's got a can on it. So the suppressor, call it a can. It's got a folding stock. This is California compliant because you can't put your fucking hand around it because and it's a 9mm. Wow. What a piece of shit. But this is the standard Russian rifle. Let's get off guns for a little bit. Let's get back to what's going on. So, if you don't know, there was a State of the Union address happened this week. And moving on. The other thing that happened is Russia kind of invaded or kind of attacked the largest nuclear. What is it? The largest nuclear power plant in Europe, and they set the thing on fire, which is like, of course, the Russians are kind of going, no, like the Russian media is like, no, we didn't set it on fire, the Ukrainians did. And it's kind of like, well, really, is that what we're doing? We're going to blame the Ukrainians. By the way, they're committing war crimes left and right in Russia, in Ukraine, by the Russians. Jeez. I'm going to learn to speak at some point today. Elizabeth Hurley, 56. That's hot. Invasion of Boris Johnson. You know, the weird. If you've never heard Boris Johnson speak, just listen to it. It's gold. Oh my God. Please say I don't care. Here's your I don't care. So a lot of people are talking about, I want to talk about this right here. A lot of people are talking about transferring A-10 Warthogs to the Ukraine. And if you don't know what the A-10 is, the A-10 Warthog is probably the coolest plane ever made. Let's go to, I got to show you guys some A-10 footage. BERT comes right up. Look at that. God, this is awesome. This is probably the most awesome thing in the world. Let's YouTube this. Let me know what you guys think of the show, by the way, down in the comments. Make sure you. I love that noise. Look at that. Here comes. Oh, that's so cool. This is actual. It's probably Afghanistan and Iraq. That's Afghanistan. That's so cool. It is like, fuck that tree. So if you're listening to this, sorry, I can't stop watching this. This is just so cool. I gotta stop. I'm having way too much fun with that. So those are like 30 millimeter. I think they're 30 millimeter. They do sound like farts. Yes, the BERT does sound like farts. The only other like really cool gun is the Sea Whiz. Live fire. So if you don't know what a Sea Whiz is, it's an anti-missile gun that's on a lot of Navy ships, and we started using them in Afghanistan and Iraq for incoming. Oh, this video looks badass. This ad doesn't.
Game.
What is this? EVE Online?
You're not ready.
Okay, shut up. Watch this. We call them R2D2s. That nerd. He has no idea what he's looking at. Okay, I gotta stop because I can seriously listen to that all day long. Like, I just love the sound of a minigun going off, or a Gatling gun, whatever you want to call it. Back to reality. So, such a cool thing. Russian oil imports, right? Let's take a look at this, because I seem to remember a couple of years ago, not too long ago, that gas, if you went to the pump, it wasn't really that bad. I know this because I was driving a 500 horsepower Mustang that took premium, and it was like maybe $2.50, $3. I think the most that I was ever like, oh fuck, man, $3 a gallon. It's only like a 14-gallon tank or something. But now that I have a 36-gallon tank and the price of regular normal gas is 3.50. That's it. Anyways, who knows why that happened? Probably just all of a sudden happened randomly for no reason. Um, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. I don't know if you guys have. I mean, who hasn't seen this guy? This dude has got. There's the seven wonders of the world. Well, the eighth wonder of the world is his balls that can be seen from space. This dude, the president of Ukraine, is staring at the face of an invading country, and he's still there. Like he's not going anywhere. There was a report today saying that he fled to like Poland or something. Not true. Not even real at all. And he's still in Ukraine, and he put out, he was like, hey, Putin, you want to have peace talks? Let's do this face to face. This dude is just crazy. I like him. I like his energy. He's doing great things. But we're, like I've said before, I want to keep this in that 20 to 30-minute range. I don't want to go too far into this. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with UFO Twitter and the UFO community. And speaking of that, tomorrow I'm going to kind of do a similar thing to this show. We are, if you're in the chat, I'm going to talk about like a lot of the recent UFO news that has come up. There's really big things coming up with, the files released by Canada. Who saw that coming? And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. There's a lot of stuff going on in the UFO community. So we're going to do that tomorrow. I don't have a guest for tomorrow. I'm working on one for next week and in the following weeks. I just kind of wanted a weekend to myself. So I'm just going to do a show by myself. So it's not going to be as crazy as last week's show. And by the way, if you did not see the show with Big Willie, holy shit, you fucking missed out. That show was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I will see you all later. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the little thumbs up thingy. And if you're watching this on Rumble, who are you? Because it's like two of you. I don't know who you are. Leave a comment or something, or say I don't like your face. I don't know. Whatever. So I'm going to try to end this. Everybody knows I have a hard time ending a broadcast. So I'm going to try to end this one without looking stupid. So let's try it. We're going to hit there we go. Yep. And then, yep.